Today we're going to be talking about car maintenance. And sometimes it's hard for people that have high premium car payments and car insurance to also afford maintenance. We're going to react to people taking their cars to Jiffy Lube and expecting the worst or hearing something that they weren't expecting. With that being said, welcome back to the show. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. These things are free and it helps push the channel and the algorithm. With that being said, we're going to jump straight into it.
Here we go. Another Jiffy Lube saga. Customer states they just had an oil change at Jiffy Lube and they have a huge oil leak coming from the oil filter. For life of me, I don't know why it's here, but let's get this filter down and see what we have. All right, so here we go. Of course, the infamous service champ was expecting a double O-ring, and it wasn't a double O-ring on here. Let's just replace the filter and see if it leaks. Here go our quality oil filter. OES for this brand is actually AC Delco. So let's get this installed and see if she leaks. Look at the difference in the gasket. The thickness there, and look at this one. Look how thin that is, the lip right there. All right. I can't make this up, can I? Problem solved. Problem solved. Okay, for the last time, folks, do not take your cars to Jiffy Lube and Quick Lube places to get your oil changed. They lied to this customer and told her that she needed the oil pan gas that was leaking was actually just their oil filter. Also think about this. Will a skilled technician or mechanic even apply for a job at Jiffy Lube or a Quick Lube place? Think about that for a second. These people don't know what the hell they're doing.
I think the problem wasn't too bad. I think the guy probably just used the wrong filter, probably rushed it, probably, or just being inexperienced. If you take your car to these places like Jiffy Lube, Valvoline, Take Five, here's the thing: they're not evil, but at the end of the day, the business model is still the same, right? I mean, they're built on speed, not precision. I think no experienced mechanic would work there, and that's the whole point, right? They hire entry level techs. They kind of trade them quick, and they just rush them for them to hit targets. Put them under these $30,000 to $80,000 cars, and that's a recipe for disaster, especially when you're just starting off. And we're going to read some of the comments. Somebody said, I would rather take it back to the dealership and overpay for an oil change. He just didn't tighten it. That's literally what I just said. It just was like a quick rush job. Last time I went to Jiffy Lube, they ripped the hosing from under the car. The dealership was like, how in the heck did they manage to do that? Again, it's just inexperience. I think Jiffy Lube is just trying to get people in, put them through the ringer, put them to work, milk as much upcharges and upsells that they can get from any people that are coming in to get their cars done. If you ever watched my car videos or interact with this channel, you already know the truth hurts and we talk about high car payments, but the struggle isn't just about car payments anymore, right? I want to talk about topics that have nuance or different frameworks of different types of struggles, right? Or money struggles. And I want to dive into layoffs, rent, people spending a lot of money on weddings, cost of living, student loans, and just talk about conversations that money is really hitting everything, right? So I'm expanding the channel. You're still going to have the same honesty, same energy, but we're just focused on helping other people bring attention to survivals and just how this economy is really shaping everybody's finances. So we are going to get into different topics in this channel. I would still love your support. I would still want you to rock with me. Please let me know down below in the comment section if this is exciting news. Without further ado, we're going to get straight into these Jiffy Lube nightmares. This was going to be an interesting one, right? We have a girl that took her car, her Audi Q3 to Jiffy Lube. I don't know what she was thinking, but she took it over there and I'll let her explain it.
Thought I would be one of those people that got on social media crying or visibly upset about anything, but I am completely devastated right now. I had my dream car, my 2022 Audi Q3 that I worked so hard for, and I took it into Jiffy Lube for a routine oil change. It was my first time ever going there, and within an hour of leaving the shop, my fucking engine was completely blown. Start off by saying that when I got my car, it was brand new, shipped to me. I did not have any miles on it. I've never had any issues with my vehicle. I've never had any problems with my vehicle. And the first time I've ever seen the lights that came on my car was after leaving that Jiffy Lube. When I got how to make this story as short as possible, but I do want to put out all the details of what happened to me and my experience. When I pulled into the Jiffy Lube, Amanda, who is a store manager, assured me that they could change my oil. It would not take long, and I could stay in the vehicle or wait in the lobby. I chose to stay in the vehicle with my son. They changed my oil. They told me everything was okay. I After the oil was finished being changed, I went inside. I paid $127, and then I left to go to the CVS on Tilwell, which was a few miles away. I went inside the CVS. I paid for a few items that I grabbed. I checked out at 5:04
So
p.m.
basically, what she's saying is that this is a long video, so I'm going to kind of keep it short, right? 31K worth of damages because she took it in, and what happened was, I'm reading it here, that the engine has suffered catastrophic damage totaling over 31,000 in repairs. And that is because the car, after she got it, began to smoke, and she pulled over, got it to a safe location. She took it back to the Jiffy Lube place, and the lady that she mentioned, Amanda, and her crew looked at it, and they found out that they noticed that the oil dipstick had been inserted backwards in a serious error, which led to the oil system failure in the vehicle. The thing is that like she probably just wanted it done quick, but at the end of the day, right? Quick is not always the best type of solution to go for, especially when you have these hyper luxury cars. And these cars are the most at risk. So when you have a BMW, Porsche, Audi, Mercedes, anything with a turbocharged engine, anything that has high mileage vehicles, just cars with plastic oil pans, these ones are going to be most at risk. And she had to learn the hard way because she had to take it to Audi of North Houston, where it was confirmed that the engine had suffered a catastrophic damage totaling over $31,000 in repairs. I'm like, damn, this is so sad to be in. Especially because if you're making a high payments for these cars and this is happening to you, it's problem, y'all. It's a problem. Let's read a couple of the comments, right? You never take a foreign car to Jiffy Lube. That goes to the dealership. I agree. If your car's brand new, you should have took it to the dealership like you're supposed to have went. Hope you get your justice though. You will win the lawsuit. Somebody said, contact your insurance company. You should be able to use comprehensive coverage. No need to spend your money on an attorney. Never go to Jiffy Lube. They messed up other people's vehicles. It's the same thing, right? These things are by speed. And when people are inexperienced already and they are just rushing through this type of oil change, which the business model is speed over quality, there's going to be people that are going to have cars that are very messed up and damaged. So I really do feel sorry for her. $31,000 in damages. That is almost worth the car. That's a total loss. I hope she gets justice though, man. Look at this guy. Huh? So when somebody's not focused, you can see why they're causing a lot of damage, allegedly, right? When you pay low and you always prioritize speed over quality, this is what you're going to deal with. You're going to people that are already inexperienced, that don't have the experience, that are not focused, that don't have the attention span to really just take care of your car. And plus, guys, you have to understand, these guys are severely getting underpaid. This is entry level. This is who they hire. And I had a family member, literally, my wife's little sister, my sister-in-law, literally took her car, Subaru. She had a Subaru Outback. And no, Subaru Legacy. She took it to Jiffy Lube, and I promise you, her car was leaking oil to a point where it almost damaged the transmission. And it was hard because, like, you're dealing with damages, but you're also dealing with unprofessional people. Like, the response that she got from the manager was very disrespectful. And they always say that these were pre-existing conditions. Everybody that goes to this place, they never take accountability. They never do. This is the reason why cars are getting messed up. There's no attention to detail. This is another lady that has a BMW that I guess Jiffy Lube damaged her car.
The manager, I'm saying because I know how it feels. Okay.
So what we're going to do now is take it over to the shop so it can be properly handled. We don't want to cause any further damage. We don't want this store to cause any further damage that's already been done. So go ahead and call us a tow truck so that we can get it over to the location that can handle it, and we'll hopefully it'll be settled from there. And hopefully there was no other further damage because it's been driven.
No. There's no damage.
Well, we need an actual mechanic to say that
I
there's
understand
no damage.
that. I understand that.
Yeah.
No, like I said, I completely understand.
Okay.
I'm not.
So what are we waiting
I'm not
for now?
trying to, pull a wool over nobody's. I completely understand. As long as I've been doing this, I completely understand everything you're going through. Okay. And the mess that's been going on.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna explain something to you, and I know you're probably saying I'm just, but those kind of
it's a problem when they over-explain. Like when somebody over-explains, there's already a problem. What is he about to say?
Oh, I know. That's why that goes to where it's supposed to go.
Yeah, they're hollow, and you can look it up. They're easy to break, and that's why we try not to do through the drain.
So that's the thing. So why did you accept the car if you couldn't do the service?
Okay. In all honesty, I was not here yesterday.
No accountability.
I was at another location. But to explain, to give you an answer, that drain plug shouldn't have been touched. Okay, we usually extract it through the dipstick.
So someone inexperienced,
right?
I'm not gonna say he was inexperienced. I'm just gonna say that protocol was not done the way it should have been. Okay. The way we do things here.
He's trying to recover his track. She basically asked him, so basically inexperienced, that dipstick. Like again, right? That's the same thing that happened to that lady we just reacted to with the 31,000 damages, is that the dipstick was put in wrong. So that literally blew up her engine. He basically said the guy was inexperienced. And then when checked, he said, I don't know about that. And when something goes wrong, they always say, right, you approve the services, we followed the procedure. And it's very hard to prove that they caused the damage. So you're in this pickle. It's hard to blame somebody when you could have prevented it also, because now the curing is going to take this fat pocket or fat wallet. And it's going to be hard because you're going to go back and forth with people that won't take accountability. All right. That's why I always say prevention is better than the cure. Don't take your car to these places. Literally, somebody said, just now happened to me. Went in for an oil change and now something is wrong with my transmission. Just had that happen to me today. Oil change and now my engine won't start. Car never had issues, but here we are. Jiffy Lube sucks. Somebody said don't be cheap with oil changes too. Dealing with this now, they want to give me a used engine and aftermarket parts. Yeah, that's them trying to retract, and that's them trying to problem solve. But a used engine, and plus, if they can't do an oil change, why would you trust them with an engine replacement? You comment down below. If they can't do an oil change, why would you trust them with an engine replacement? Oh my God.
Story time on why I am pissed. Like, we need a moment. The bad review, it's for Jiffy Lube. It is. We hate to be back here again, but we are. A few years back, I got an oil change at Jiffy Lube. Next day, my car caught on fire. Here is the proof. Honestly, this is so crazy to look at. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I'm a fucking idiot. I really shouldn't have gone back there, but I did because I was in a rush to see a client. Their 15-minute oil change enticed me. What happened? When they did my oil change, they didn't bolt back on the stuff correctly, and they put it actually opposite. Like, they flipped it. So it was whatever. Under the hood was a fucking mess. And they put it on the wrong way. That's why it was falling off and scraping the bottom, whatever the case may be. Pretty much. They probably didn't do the oil change if we're being real, because like 2 weeks after getting that oil change, it was like low oil, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. So them fucking up is now costing my time. Thankfully, the guy did it for free, because if it was my money, I'd be very hot right now. I'm not gonna
lie to you. Like, listen, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna say all Jiffy Lubes do this. It just depends on the location. But I'm not gonna lie to you, right? Accountability is important. You did this to yourself. This is self-sabotage. There's no other way around it. You did this to yourself. If your first car had a fire like that, why would you ever take it to them? It doesn't matter if you're in a rush to a client. Then reschedule it for tomorrow when you have time. At the end of the day, these things are very preventable. And I think most of these people know that these places do not do good quality work. But because they're in a time crunch or they're in a rush, right? This is what you deal with at the end of the day. Let's read some of the comments. Girl, they didn't replace my gas cap and my engine stalled, and I needed an entire new engine, and no one at Jiffy Lube is getting back to me. So today I will be up there making a big scene. Again, this could have been preventable. Stop taking your car. The theme for this video is stop taking your car to places that you know deep inside you don't trust them. It's more common than you think. Hello, I work at a dealership nearby, and we always get stuff they mess up or even forget to put the oil back in the car after doing an oil change. At the end of the day, y'all, I gotta stop playing around with yourselves. This is not it. You also have to take accountability. You made a bad decision. You gotta go to a trusted independent mechanics. And I think with these local shops, right, or these small shops, they have an image and a reputation to uphold in that community. This is an example of somebody trying to save $30, but is willing to risk how much their car is worth. A new engine is not cheap. It depends. Your insurance is not going to pay for it. Some people don't have warranties. Sometimes those warranties don't want to cover that damage because you didn't take it to the dealership that you're also financing with. So there's a lot of variables. It's very nuanced. But again, this was very difficult to watch. Everybody had a problem in this. You took your car to a place that didn't make sense. You knew what was happening, and now you get to come on TikTok and are saying the quiet thing out loud. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Let me know down below, did this ever happen to you? Is this something that you would do and take it to a Jiffy Lube? Do you take your car to a dealership? Do you take it to these places? Let me know down below in the comments. I really want to hear your opinions. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the YouTube algorithm. And it's also free. With that being said, be good, do good. I'll catch you guys on the next one.